How Jehovah Jireh provided for me. Quick testimony. God had me resign from my job, but my last check was going to include a bonus that I was getting from my employer at the time. And the bonus was going to be an additional $1,800. I was looking forward to that money to save because I didn't know the journey God was going to take me on financially. And it would just be a little cushion at the time. Well, the Lord had directed me to sow into a young lady's ministry who I had been following on YouTube, who blessed my life. He had directed me to sow into her ministry $1,000. My last day of employment, an opportunity opened up for me, and he directed me to join this class. This was going to be, I believe, $1,300. It was something like that, but there was one slot left. The class started that following Monday, and there was one slot left, and I was able to get a scholarship for the class, and the scholarship happened to be $800. Whole bonus check was now gone. Well, 2 weeks later, I get my last check from that employer, and it was only supposed to be for 1 week. Well, my check was actually a full 2-week check plus $1,800. I basically got back the money that I got from the bonus check right back 2 weeks later. I didn't have any PTO left. I didn't have any, they just, for some reason, there was an extra $1,800 plus a full 2 weeks pay on my last check with this employer. This is how Jehovah Jireh will provide for you. When you're obedient to what he is leading you to do, then he has it all under control. God not only taught me in that quick little lesson the importance of listening to what he says in obedience, but also how much that when you give to others, when you sow into others with his leading and direction, and when you're sowing into good ground, that you will reap. There were so many different lessons that the Lord taught me through that one thing, but that was kind of the first big revelation that I got, that wow, God is really supernaturally will provide for us. You know, when I told the Lord I would give him my finances, and I prayed, me and my husband prayed for God to direct us in that area of our life, and we surrendered our finances to him as well as everything else. I didn't really fully have a deep revelation of what that meant. All I knew at the time was I wanted to give everything to the Lord and just follow him. And he's taken us on this journey of really what that looks like, and we're still learning day by day what it really means to allow God to lead in every aspect of your life. And so I hope this encourages you that, you know, especially with finances, because, you know, we live in a society where we need money. We need money for resources. We need money to do different things. And when you are so used to being in control of the income that comes in, or you have the assurance and security of knowing every 2 weeks I'm going to get this pay, or whatever the case is, you know, you lean onto that comfort. And so when you don't have that, and you're really allowing the Lord to lead, there are some struggling times. There are some times that it can get discouraging, but God comes through all the time and on time at the perfect times. And there's so many more examples I have, specifically in the area of finance, where God has come through for me and my husband, how he's led us through this journey so far with him for the past 2 years. And, you know, he really just will turn your life into a testimony. And so I hope this is encouraging to you, especially people who, you know, God is leading you in a certain direction with your finances, whether that's, you know, whatever that really looks like for you. Just know that God will provide. God will provide for you. And the fact that, you know, he he gives you what you gave plus more. And that's what he did. I got that full 2-week check. And I was only supposed to be getting 1 week worth of pay. Plus I got $1,800 back. God knows our needs. He sees all. He knows all. He knows what we need. He knows if you're in a financial situation. He knows that. He knows everything, and he has a plan. You just have to trust and lean into him. And again, it's a lesson that he's been ministering to us. We're continuing to learn day by day. And so it's definitely a journey. It's a walk. It's not a sprint with God. You're walking with God. Again, I hope this is encouraging. Share how Jehovah Jireh has provided for y'all. He wants us to know him as the provider. Go watch one of the last read with me's. I'll link it. It's Who Is He? Jehovah Jireh. I hope that the Lord continues to minister it to your heart, and that you allow him to provide and lead for you, or lead you in all things. So thanks for joining me.